Good morning. My name is Megan Edwards of Focus Communications, and today we're getting another update from Eloro Resources, which trades on the TSX exchange under the symbol ELO. Joining me again today is Eloro's Executive VP of Exploration, Dr. Bill Pearson. Bill, thanks for your time this morning.
Oh, my pleasure. Always good to catch up and bring you up to date.
Absolutely. So, Bill, for those who are new to the Eloro story, could you please introduce the company and your Iska Iska project in Bolivia?
Yeah, absolutely. Here's a nice picture of what the Iska Iska mountain looks like. A really remarkable volcanic caldera complex in southern Bolivia. The usual warning on cautionary statements. Last year, we published an initial resource that showed this deposit is a true giant, over half a billion tons. And what we've been focusing on more recently is a higher grade near surface zone that has about 130 million tons of very good grade material, 1.1% zinc, 0.5% lead, and 24 grams silver per ton. But as I'll show you, our definition drilling is really starting to show the true picture here, and these average grades you see are going to continue to get up. The contained metal in this deposit is absolutely huge, and I think it's important to emphasize, we've done a little over 100,000 meters of drilling on this deposit, and we haven't not missed yet. So if we look at the geology a little closer here, this whole complex formed about 14 million years ago. You can envision a huge, massive supervolcano down here. You can see this map here. This red dashed line is our MRE pit. The green here is dacite, which is a felsic volcanic rock. There's a porphyritic dacite intrusion sitting in the middle here. And we have these remarkable breccia pipes here, which formed during the volcanic event. And these are an important center for mineralization. But basically, this whole complex here, which is about 4 kilometers by several kilometers across, going down to more than a kilometer depth, is got very, very widespread mineralization, and timing of mineralization and style, etc., is very similar to its famous neighbors like Cerro Rico and Cherokee, which is a big tin deposit. So it's an exciting area to be in, and quite a remarkable system. So if we look a little closer, you can see the drill pattern we've done. And one of the things that stands out, of course, is our initial drilling has really defined the overall system. There's no question the mineralized system is continuous. You can see that in the geology, you can see it in the geophysics. But what our recent drilling, definition drilling, is showing very conclusively, as expected, and I've been talking about this for some time, we need to fill in to at least 50-meter centers to get a better feeling of grade. And you can see here's a typical sample of breccia down in the lower right-hand corner, and you can see tremendous grades. These breccia units are very, very important. And this just shows you the high-grade area in the original MRE that we're basically focused on in the red. So let's look at our drilling program. As we announced earlier in the year, we're really focused on this general starter pit area. You can see the black outline here is our overall MRE, and the yellow is this starter pit area. And the program really has 3 major objectives. One is to fill in and get a better idea of what the true grade of the high-grade silver mineralization is. Fill in gaps. There's a lot of gaps, and when you look at our model, we have areas that are waste, but we know from the geology and geophysics they're mineralized. We just don't have any sampling. And then, of course, the tin is a huge upside. This is one of the few bulk tin prospects anywhere on the planet. Tin is a uniquely distributed mineral around the world. Obviously, you have the Bolivian tin belt, which is a significant producer. You have tin in places like Indonesia, Malaysia, and China, but it's not a mineral or metal that's very widely distributed. And then the other purpose of this program is to do some more metallurgical holes, particularly for tin. We have more work on the polymetallic zinc, silver, lead, but certainly our tin work needs. And we started off just in early October. We now have 2 drills operating, and the program's going quite well. So moving to our press release just on Tuesday here, we've done close to 2,600 meters of drilling. You can see the pattern here. That red dash line is our starter pit area here. And our initial holes really are focused on a section through the high-grade silver. And our first hole here, we released 2068, had an absolutely tremendous intersection, almost 70 grams silver with zinc and lead and some tin over 289 meters. So that was a fantastic start to our program. But I want to show you what the real significance of this hole is over and above. Yes, that's a great result. So the significance here, if you look at this, this is a geological cross section here. And you'll see this grayish unit here, which is what in Bolivian terms is termed an intrusion breccia. And basically, this is a breccia. You can see this typical example of the breccia in the lower left corner, which is, you can see these angular fragments, and you'll see all the sulfide in the matrix. It's called an intrusion breccia because it's a little different from a really explosive breccia that vents at surface in a volcano. This breccia is formed deeper down with a little higher confining pressure, so you don't get all the milling and so forth that you tend to get with a near surface feature. Well, you can see with our original drilling, we recognize this breccia, but we're kind of at the top in the fingers. And as we get deeper down here, you can see that this breccia body is getting bigger, much more cohesive. We've drilled it down to about 500 meters. And it's very likely what this breccia body is a tremendous feeder structure coming from a big tin porphyry at depth. So not only did we get very, very good results from these holes, and we have results pending, obviously, on 69 and 70, but it's showing us that this whole breccia unit is a much more consistent, far more extensive body. And if you look at the geophysics here, this is chargeability. You can see this is a plan map here. You can see the approximate outline of this breccia unit. Well, you can see that we have a very strong anomaly down here. Well, it's very likely the down dip extent of this. And we also have a tremendous chargeability anomaly here. And if you kind of stand back and look at what is the overall control here, well, there's obviously this tremendous high-grade corridor that's running through here where we're getting this very consistent high-grade mineralization through here. Most of our drilling, however, outside of the immediate Santa Barbara area is quite wide spaced, and therefore, while it tells us the system is there, it doesn't give us a really accurate enough estimate of grade. We need to fill it in. If we look at a section here, this is hole 68 we released. This is silver equivalent along there. You can see how wonderfully consistently mineralized this is. Like these holes here, we're not looking at something that has a crazy high value and nothing. It's remarkably consistently mineralized. You can see this chargeability anomaly, and you can also see here how this thing has deep roots here. It's pretty obvious from the geophysical signature. And as I say, it's probably apophysis off a big tin porphyry intrusive.
So, Bill, to cap things off, can you summarize what excites you about the success the company is having in this phase of the development of Iska Iska?
Absolutely. Iska Iska is a remarkable system. I mean, the scale, the geophysics tell us, our magnetics, this is a 5 by 3 kilometer area system. This was a super volcano in the Miocene. There are multiple stages of mineralization here, an early tin porphyry stage, and then a later epithermal zinc, silver, lead. The scale of this is remarkable. Our initial MRE showed that we have a giant deposit with greater than 500 million tons. Considering that we started from zero here, going to a deposit of that scale in about 3 years is absolutely remarkable. But I think it's very important that investors realize that we're starting to really get a better handle on this system. It's very clear that our definition drill program is very successful. There's huge upside both in the zinc polymetallic and the tin side. The tin is very underdrilled. Ask yourself how many bulk tin prospects are there around the world? Not that many. We've got a terrific operating team down in Tupiza led by Dr. Osvaldo Arce, who's very well known for his expertise on Bolivian deposits. He's written a very good book. We like Bolivia as a country. We think it's a good place to be. It's remarkably underexplored. So here we're sitting with a project that has the potential to have not one, but two world-class deposits, a zinc silver lead deposit and a tin silver deposit in the same place, essentially. Although in reality, they're essentially two separate major targets. So this is very exciting. You know, as you know, it's been a tough market the last year, but we certainly have continued to move forward. We've done a lot of work with the data. And I really think as we get more drilling in here, this whole project has the potential to take off like a jet. We've done a lot of work on a PEA. We certainly need some more drilling, but our engineering work is quite well advanced. We do need some more metallurgical testing, and we've got a tremendous metallurgist in Mike Hollywell over in Cornwall. So I think, you know, all the pieces of the puzzle are here, and going forward, I think we'll be continuing to add and refine and expand this picture. But this is just an absolutely incredible system, like I've been saying for a broken record for some time. There is nothing I've seen that changes my opinion on that. So I would certainly ask your audience, stay tuned. There's going to be a lot of more things coming out. And this is an absolute world-class system, in my opinion.
Okay, well, thank you again for your time today, Bill, and we look forward to having you back on soon with more updates from Iska Iska.
Look forward to it. Always a pleasure.